What's up, guys? This is the kid DZD, aka the Kang, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. If this is your first time with us, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on the content just like this that I'm going to be bringing to this channel. Today, I feel like making a beat from scratch, absolutely from scratch, just my own sounds, using the MIDI notes, using the VSTs, all that good stuff like that. I haven't done that in a while. I've been making beats with samples, loops, even my own loop stuff like that. I guess that's kind of considered making beats from scratch. If you're making your own loops, I guess so. But I want to make a beat from scratch with the VSTs. I want something hard, gritty, but still a nice, airy, melodic vibe. I'm going to show you guys how I blend sounds together. Whenever I take these hard sounds and use backing sounds to blend them in together, make everything sound nice and good. And now you have not only a nice hard track, but something that has a nice melodic vibe that gives you a nice rhythmic feel. So I'm excited to get this started. I know you guys are too. Let's dive into MPC software and get this thing rocking. Let's do it. I'm gonna start off with like a hard lead. That's what I want to deal with. So I found this lead right here. Check this out. That's gonna instantly give us our little gritty feel that we want. Let's set the tempo at about 170, let's say 176, something like that. Let's see if we can come up with something. Just something off the top of the head. We're gonna do it straight from scratch. Let's do it. Let's highlight all the notes. We're gonna bring it down an octave. That way we duplicate it down, it's gonna make it a bit more full. Let's see how this works. I like that. We want to kind of dull it down a little bit. So that's what I did with the EQ, to where it doesn't make it too bright, but it's still kind of heard and it's still kind of gritty. Remember, we want that hard, gritty feel. So we're going to keep that like that. All right, I got the sound pulled up in Omnisphere. Check this out. I'm going to put it in chords so we can drop some chords on this. These chords should give it a nice little feel. Let's do it. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I mean by backing sounds. Whenever you want to back something, like we got this hard lead sound that's going, and then we laid this piano down, and you can shape your sounds to where they become backing sounds just with an EQ. So that's what I did here with this EQ. I want you to check this out. I'm going to disengage this EQ, and you're going to notice how the chords pop out now. They have a sharp hit. They pop out. Check it out. When you do this, you want to make sure that you craft the sound to where it becomes a backing sound. Now, if you look at what we did with the EQ, we cut off the high end because the high end is where it has that sharp sound. And when you do that, it kind of makes the sound into a backing sound. Now it's not going to have that sharp hit. It's going to lay underneath the sound that you want it to. So when we engage the EQ, all of a sudden you're going to hear it fade to the background of the sound. You're going to hear more of the lead sound now instead of the chord progression here. So this type of thing is very important right here. Whenever you have tracks that you want to have that backing feel, make sure you use your EQ in that manner. Sometimes just lowering the track, the volume of it doesn't put it in the background. You need to take off those high-end hits and kind of shape the sound and craft it a little bit to where it now lays in the background of the sound you want. This is a nice little sound that I kind of created myself. just from some wavetables that I use. It's like a little bell pad sound, and I use it a lot in my beats. Nice little airy bell sound. I like this. I'm gonna lay this down as like a backing melody before I lay down the actual counter melody that I want to be in the track. This is gonna be like a backing sound that I want that kind of plays lightly in the background. I'm gonna lay it down, then we're gonna shape it to fit the background. Let's do it. To shape that sound, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first cut off the low end, because I don't want that in there. Now, being that this sound drags, it kind of lingers a bit. What I want to do is keep that feel. So instead of using a cut, I'm going to use a shelf. And what that shelf is going to do is it's going to allow me to keep the high end frequency instead of cutting it out. If I use a cut, then this is all gone. It's not even in the beat anymore. But I want that airy feel to still be there. So I'm going to use a shelf and just lower it and keep that in there. Let's see if we can do it. See, if you notice what it's doing here, it's keeping in this high end frequency right here. It's not cutting it out, but I'm lowering it down to where it's not too high. If you want to take something completely out of the beat, then use cuts. If you want to drop out the low end, if you want to cut out the high end, then use your cuts. But if you want to just kind of blend things in, then use your shells on your EQ. That way you can kind of blend those frequencies in and still keep the ones that you want. I want to take that hi-hat that I just laid down. I'm going to go to Program Edit. Make sure that I'm on that hi-hat right there. And then I'm going to choose Effects. And I'm going to put the Akai Delay Sync on that hi-hat right there. You know my delay sync trick. Get my hi-hats to have a little rhythm. Let's do it. Let's adjust this. Really good rhythm in the hi-hats. Let's keep going with the drums. Okay, for that, I lay down these here, and I lay down these here. So I'm going to duplicate that over because I want those to play exactly how they are in the second part of the track. Let's duplicate those over. There they are. And now I'm going to put in these little hi-hat rolls. Let's do it. We're going to lower the semitones of that one as well. your percussion sounds in and you know how to level them off really, really good with the volumes, pan, and all that good stuff, your percussion sounds start to have a type of feel instead of a sound. You know, you start to feel them a bit. It starts to make the beat feel a certain way instead of just giving a sound in the beat, just knocking and ticking all over the place. And if you get good at that, panning your percussion sounds left and right, you get good at leveling your percussion sounds, putting some low, some high, then it's going to start to give your tracks that feel that you want, that vibe that you have to where everything is moving, it's rhythmic, but you don't exactly hear everything. You just kind of feel it. How I'm gonna do the counter melody is that same hard lead sound that we started off with. I'm gonna kind of follow that a little bit, but take out some of the notes. We're gonna lay this this pad sound right behind that hard sound. That way it kind of backs it up and it gives it a melodic vibe. We wanted that hard, gritty vibe, but we also wanted a melodic vibe. So this is what's gonna do it. So check this out how I lay this down. It's gonna follow the lead track, but just not quite. I'm gonna go it on and I'm going to mute all the tracks except our hard lead track and what we just played, that pad track. And now we're gonna shape this out with an EQ and we're gonna make it follow that. Check this out. Using the same method, we're gonna use the backing method to kind of back up the track. Check it out. Now check this out. When we bring back in our piano and our other pad track. Just by listening to all of these melodies blended in together and backing each other up, you can kind of get an idea of what we wanted to do here. You want to keep the hardness of the track. That was our main lead sound. Keep that hardness of it, keep it in the forefront, keep that going. But then our melodies, our pads, our piano, all that stuff that we laid down, all of those back that up. And we did that just by learning how to carve sound, carve it out with the EQs. You can do this with any EQ. Don't feel that you have to grab this one. Any free EQs that have these same type of capabilities, you'll be able to shape your sound and craft it just like this. So I hope this kind of helped you guys out just to get you to understand how I blend my sounds, how I get backing sounds and get a backing feel. This right here is just one of the many things that I teach on my live video help sessions. I always leave the link for you guys in the video description if you ever want to learn more about how to craft sound, how to shape sound, how to carve it and fit different types and different styles. Feel free to go ahead on and take advantage of the live video help sessions. I can guarantee you they're going to help you out a lot in your music production. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the kid DZD, aka the Drink Kang, live from the Dungeon Palace Studios, and I will check you guys in the next video. Peace out.